Hello my people, there's no intro today either, but look at the graphics interchange format of Gohan from Dragon Ball GT. It's the most hilarious thing I've seen in 2025 so far. Well, if I had to define chapter 16 of Dragon Ball Daima with 2 words, those would be hopeful and puzzling, especially the latter. I know I repeat the word puzzling a lot when I review the chapters, but seriously, sometimes I don't understand anything at all. I say hopeful because even if the chapter was mediocre, right? At least it looks like things are coming up, but we're going to get to that. The chapter picks up the raid on Pilaf's palace. Demon, which is now more of a Garlic Jr. demon, but I still see it more as a Pilaf, even though Garlic Jr. was a demon too. Right? I don't know. The Z fighters are set to enter the castle to beat up this little jerk. But when least expected, the special forces of the demonic kingdom make their appearance. Along with their poses, characteristics that I don't mean to be a hater, but if I don't say it, I explode. The poses, even if they are ridiculous like the ones of the Ginyu Special Forces, at least they have to look good somehow. These idiots can't even pose right, you know? I mean, what is this damn idiot doing? A 5. The first disappointment with the episode comes here. It's not just because of their power level, but also because it's inexplicable to me that Toriyama added Special Forces, which are a direct parody of the Ginyu Special Forces, and neither Goku nor Vegeta made any reference to these. God, it wasn't even that hard to make a joke, right? Wasn't Daima a comedy series and all that crap? Well, damn, something subtle. Even if it was, for example, I don't know, it occurs to me that simply seeing them pose, Vegeta could make a face of disgust and say that I don't know. These guys seem disturbingly familiar to him, and that alone was enough. But no, Daima can't give that. Daima has to be edgy even when making obvious jokes. I don't want to read any comments about how they surely forgot about Ginyu's forces from Goku. Maybe. I believe it, as it can be overwhelming at times. But Vegeta was very traumatized by these guys. I can't believe that he forgot them and that his mind didn't do it. A neuron activation to recognize patterns between these individuals and those of Freezer. But well, Dragon Laziness, Daima, these guys are a cosmic waste of time because they have the strength of a small bird. And I'm not joking, that is, while rank and file pissed off generic soldiers gave the Z warriors a hard time, these others are incapable of even reaching them with a shot. Could it be that these guys' weapons are slower than the normal weapons of the rank-and-file soldiers? Severe stupidity, at least? If the regular soldiers were giving them a fight and incapacitated them, the logical thing would be that these at least had some ace up their sleeve, but no. Friends, this is extremely inconsistent. It can't be that Vegeta couldn't dodge the shots from the plane acting like a complete idiot, and here he dodges everything like an attractive tsundere cat. It's absurd. Many, just like what happened with the Tableau and Essence meme, they have been lobotomized by memes. The excessive memes about inconsistent power scaling in fiction have led to conformist individuals always defending it, saying, "Dude, leave the power scaling alone," whenever someone points out an inconsistency. Does that matter? Well, friend, it matters because it's part of the consistency of a plot. Dragon Ball is an anime about fights and superpowers. There must be a consistency in the minimum power levels. There can be their half-baked moments, like Tenshinhan holding back Cell. It's okay, power scaling doesn't have to be perfect, but damn, this Daima thing is starting to look like a bad joke. It's now impossible to determine the protagonist's strength. One chapter a ray gun wipes them out, and the next these weapons seem incapable of reaching them in any way. I don't know, it's not that hard to maintain consistency with these things. Well, these ridiculous slobs are easily defeated because they even missed their final attack. And look, I can even buy theories that these guys weren't even elite or military and that they're just some random fucking bandits who fooled Deguesu and passed themselves off as elite troops. This explains why they are more useless than any squad of soldiers. They are generic privates. Anyway, they are defeated, and the fat one in the group gives Goku a small bag of potatoes. They are good losers, all has been said. They venture into the castle in search of Mambo. And finally, we have a Dem. Does he reveal to me? In this case, on part of the Deguesu troll who kidnaps baby Dende for sexual and world domination purposes. Meanwhile, this chick from the other chapter who took the belt with the demonic third eye, she shows up at the palace looking for Goma. And here, gentlemen, we get our second ruined joke of the day. It would have been hilarious if it was actually Deguesu. It made sense, as the glint can alter their appearance. It would have been great, at least as a joke, but no. It turns out this woman is nothing more than a random dumb demon. I can't even have a trans Deguesu or anything fun, too much text. and the protagonists find Deguesu trying to escape with the baby. Goma, witnessing the scene, curses his misfortune. Being Shin's brother, he's not only a traitor but also a failure. Good grief, Arinsu got all the brains from his siblings because look at that pair of idiots. Deguesu's one switches to I'll do it you bastards mode. Pointing the gun at the baby, Dendepansi plays the heroine and lunges at Deguesu, thereby being more useful than the useless Shin. But Deguesu tells her she must first take the gun from him. But before a tragedy happens, the green hat, that one that looks like poop, hits Deguesu. And when I finally thought that the fat sucker, who's a fan of Tamak, had done something useful, it turns out he didn't. That he had been the traitor. Edgy, glorious butt face, good Deguesu the smoke seller, in the purest style of his brother, looks like crap and gets arrested or something like that. The point is that they finally take him to hell, to Chile, a character all pissed and useless. Meanwhile, Goma, after working a lot, manages to get the demonic eye, thus becoming a bizarre fusion between Jiren and Immortal Garlic Jr. But what a good thing, as everyone says, this character is very dangerous. Yes, Goma himself without the eye was supposedly very dangerous. According to the coward Glorio, probably with the eye his powers are quite notable. It's something we'll see very soon. By the end of the chapter, the Z Warriors go for Tamagami number 1, but they realize that the orb is not there. And that's when the Skull Trio appears, who honestly are the ones I had the most fun with in Dragon Ball, forever. By far, Arensu and his loyal henchmen, Majindu and Majinku, Bulma quickly notices that these creatures are Majin. It's rather curious that she realized so quickly, but it's Bulma, she's known for her intellect, so it's understandable. And the chapter closes here with the promise of a wild fight in the next chapter of the Z Warriors against this trio that can give our protagonists quite a bit of trouble. Majindu is extremely strong. Now we'll see if his raw power can stand up to the combat experience of the Z Warriors, although lately it seems like they don't even know how to fight. Is that it? That's why I said at the beginning that it was hopeful. It looks like the next chapter could be pretty powerful, so all we can do is wait. I hope so, because I need a little bit of action or I'm going to end up watching Doraemon, I don't know. See you next week. Bye.